The Surface Pro 9 offers an incremental upgrade to the Surface Pro 8 with updated hardware and a redesigned layout, but is it worth upgrading from the Surface Pro 8, or are you better off waiting for the next iteration of the Surface Pro? The one that I have here is the Intel version with a Core i5, 8GB of RAM, and 256GB of storage. The Surface Pro 9 is using the 12th gen Intel CPU and DDR5 RAM that gives you some slight performance boost over last year's Surface Pro 8. The 13-inch display and the thin compact body design really makes this the perfect 2-in-1 portable laptop. I have been a fan of the Surface Pro design for a very long time. I love how sturdy the kickstand is and how the hinge mechanism maintains its sturdiness over the years. The quality on it is top tier. I really like how Microsoft has improved the accessibility of the SSD storage. You no longer need a SIM tool to open it. You can now push on this divot here and it pops open. You will still need a screwdriver to swap out the SSD, but that is what it's all about, improving on the design, so thumbs up for that. And this is only the case with the Intel version. If you opt out for the ARM version, you will still need a SIM tool. So the Surface Pro 9 has moved the volume rocker and power buttons yet again. This time it changed them back to how the Surface Pro 7 had them on the top left. This does prevent accidental presses on the power button when you pop the laptop open, so that is good. The two USB-C ports also got moved to the left side and they both remain Thunderbolt 4, just like on the Surface Pro 8. This allows you to connect it to multiple displays for an improved productivity flow. And what is great about using USB-C is that you will only need one cable to hook up your external monitor if it also supports Thunderbolt, and this gives you a much cleaner look. This also allows you to hook up an external GPU to improve the graphics performance of your laptop for editing or for playing graphic intensive games. Now, one of the biggest disappointments on this is that they got rid of the headphone jack. Because of this, you will need to use a USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter to continue using your wired headphones, unless you already own some USB-C earphones. In that case, you'll be fine. Now, because of this, you will need to use up one of the USB-C ports to plug in your wired headphones, leaving you with only one USB-C port. And this will likely cause some inconvenience if you need to plug in a portable SSD, a portable monitor, and charge it via the USB-C connection. You would definitely need to buy a USB-C hub for this if you have a lot of peripherals that you will want to connect to this tablet. So I've stopped using the Surface Connect charger because it took up too much space in my bag. Instead, I use a compact 65-watt USB-C charger from Anker that I also use to charge all my devices. So I ran into an issue when I'm charging the laptop via the USB-C and connect my Anker USB-C hub. If I plug in the charger first and then connect the USB-C hub, it won't show my SD card files. The tablet does make a noise letting me know that something was connected and detected, but it doesn't show up until I disconnect all the cables and only connect the USB-C hub. I tried switching up the USB-C ports and the same issue happens. My way around this is to plug my USB-C hub first and then the charger. So I'm curious to know if you're also experiencing this issue. The 13-inch display looks great and it has some solid color representation. It's great for media consumption and it's slightly brighter than last year's model. It has a brightness of 473 nits, which is good for indoor use, not so much for outdoor use, but it gets the job done. I've been keeping the brightness around 50 to 70% during the day and between 30 to 40% during the night. This offers a 120Hz dynamic refresh rate, and out of the box it will be set to 60Hz, and it gives you the option to run it at a consistent 120Hz, or you can set it to the dynamic one, which will automatically switch between 120Hz and 60Hz. If you end up keeping it at just 120Hz, this will consume a lot more battery, so if you're worried about battery life, I recommend setting the display to 60Hz. I personally keep this at 120Hz, and I just carry with me this large power bank when I know I'm going to be away from an outlet for a while. I like that the Surface Pro 9 is still very fast at unlocking with Face Unlock. It has been reliable and makes logging in a breeze. Since this tablet has an aluminum body, it can get scratched quite easily, so I recommend putting a skin on it to protect the back while keeping the tablet thin if that's what you're going for. Or you can get a case if you want more protection. The skins for me have been working out perfectly for the past few years. I am also rocking mine with a tempered glass screen protector, which I have also put on all my previous Surface Pro, and to this day, it has not affected the responsiveness on my tablet. If you want that full Surface Pro experience, I recommend purchasing the keyboard. So this is using the same keyboard and slim 2-pin as last year's Surface Pro 8. So if you are upgrading from the Surface Pro 8, then you can just sell the tablet and keep the keyboard unless you want one of the new colors. Since this is the same keyboard as last year's, this only has 3 different backlight settings to help you see the keys when you're working at night. Now, when adjusting the screen brightness with the keyboard, it goes in increments of 1% compared to the 10% increments on the Surface Pro 8, so you get a finer brightness tuning, which I like. You can also make the brightness increase faster by a larger increment by quickly tapping or holding down the key. Considering how thin the Surface keyboard is, it's quite rigid. Typing on the keyboard feels good, and even though there's not much travel on the keys, it still has some good tactile feedback that it makes it very enjoyable to use. The keyboard gives you 2 angles that you can use it in. You can either have it flat on the desk or you can have it inclined. I personally prefer having the slight incline while typing, and this feels really comfortable. If you plan on using this on your lap while you're on the sofa or on the bed, you will find that this won't be as stable and it won't be that comfortable. So the trackpad is pretty small, but it's very precise and there's enough room for 4-finger gestures. I can easily swipe left or right with 4 fingers to switch between desktops and also use the 3-finger gestures. The nice thing about the Surface Connect charging port being moved up is that you can now place the slim pen there. It will only magnetically attach when the Microsoft logo is facing the charging slot. I feel that it has a stronger hold when you place it with the tip facing up. Now this can easily be knocked off if you move around with it or you bump into something. And this is more of a temporary placeholder while you are working. When you are done, you can store it back into the keyboard where it will wirelessly charge. The pen will automatically orient itself when you drop it in there, so you don't need to worry about the orientation that you put it in. The Surface Pro 9 still offers the best palm rejection that you can find on a tablet. It works incredibly well. Now when drawing, you do get some wavy lines when you draw very slowly, but it isn't as extreme like it was a couple years ago. The pen is okay in terms of comfort. It is good for annotating on screenshots, writing down quick notes, or for signing documents, and this is primarily what I use it for. If you plan on using the pen to take down your class notes, I would recommend picking up the Surface Pro pen instead, since I find that one to be more comfortable. Now for those of you interested in picking up the Surface Pro 9 to draw on, I can say that my experience doing quick sketches has been great. The responsiveness is good and the tablet doesn't get too hot while drawing, but I would stay away from charging the tablet while you're drawing on it, because then it will get uncomfortably hot. Just let it charge before you start drawing on it. So I'm not a big fan of the Slim Pen 2. The Slim Pen is not the most comfortable to use for a long time. This is okay for quick sketches, but not for 2 to 4 hour drawings. For that reason, I have kept my Surface Pro pen, which I find that it feels better in the hand. Now what I do like about the Surface Pro Slim Pen 2 is the haptic feedback. This gives you a very faint vibration when you're drawing that replicates the feeling of using a real pencil and paper. I also like that I can still quickly flip my pen to erase just like a normal pencil. And I hope that Microsoft eventually makes this pen round again and it keeps it about the same size as the Slim Pen 2. I simply wouldn't recommend the Slim Pen, but now I would recommend going to your nearby store and trying it out for yourself because you might find the Slim Pen to be comfortable for you. So the Surface Pro 8 handles Photoshop and Illustrator fine, and it provides a stable and smooth experience. Now if you plan on editing 4K videos on here, then you will be sad to know that this will be very sluggish and get very hot trying to do that. Now if you plan on editing 1080p videos on this, then you will be happy to know that this will handle live video editing, and this is good for 6 to 10 minute videos with little effects. As a content creator, I have been using this tablet to edit my YouTube shorts and Instagram reels, and this has been perfect for that. Now I do use Photoshop and Illustrator more on here for doing my video thumbnails and creating flyers for work. Since the configuration that I went with only has 256GB of storage, I carry with me a 1TB SSD to store my video files. Now moving on to the battery life. The battery life on this is pretty good. I get about 9 hours of usage on it before I need to recharge it, and this is mostly with Chrome, Word, Excel, and responding to various emails, and this is with 120Hz enabled. Now on days that I edit videos on here, I do hear the fan kick in occasionally, but it's very quiet. I get roughly 5 hours of screen on time, which I think is pretty good. Overall, the Surface Pro 9 is a great 2-in-1 laptop that offers an amazing user experience when you bundle it with the pen and keyboard. However, the pricing could have been better. Because of this, I would highly recommend the Surface Pro 8 over the Surface Pro 9 because in my eyes, it offers a better value for your money. And the Surface Pro 8 is still a very capable laptop. Alright, so that wraps it up for today's review. Thank you all for watching and feel free to drop a like if you found this video helpful and subscribe for more tech related videos, and I will talk to you on the next one.